coming live with the Art of Squabble podcast, man. I got my boy Les with me. I got my boy Reed with me. And we gonna get straight into action on this one, man. If you haven't seen our first episode, make sure you go see that first episode, man.
Please.
But for episode number 2, before we get to AEW World's End, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it because I think personally that's when they should announce who the hell is the devil in AEW. Who is behind these attacks? Who is the guy in the mask? That was just a bar right there. You know what I'm saying? You know, I can't help but rap sometimes, man. It's the Art of Squabble. But let me ask y'all first and foremost, who do y'all think is the devil?
I mean, personally,
whichever one y'all go first. Yeah,
I think it's Tony Khan because he's. Because, hey, bro, listen. Here's my theory. This is why you never see him on TV, bro. Whenever that shit happens. But no, I'm being on some funny shit. Like he's ruining his company. I'm just gonna say it right now. I love Tony Khan. Everything he's done with AEW.
Oh shit!
It is so influential. Like I will never give enough flowers to him. Like on some good type shit. Like all flowers to him. He gave wrestlers an alternative. I will forever be grateful as a wrestling fan, a wrestling aficionados like us, like that we claim to be. Like I'm forever grateful for Tony Khan. But at the same time, bro, this devil storyline, like his booking decisions just catch me off guard. Number one, I think Wardlow is a possible thing. I hate how they book Wardlow, bro. Wardlow should be champ by now, at least one time. Or he should be in a main event. I don't get what they do with Wardlow. I also have the usual suspects. I have the Adam Coles of the world, which I think probably is. This is what I'm going to say right now. I'm going to write it down. If Jungle Boy is the devil,
here's Derek. Insert Lola voice.
I was gonna put. I was like, I could put the visual up there, man. Hold on. I got another one too. Man. It might take me a second to find it, man. Cause it was Montez Ford when he. Go ahead though, Liz.
All right, wait. All right. I think the devil. True shit. I think it's Reed. I think Reed's the devil. Yo, true shit, bro. Because when I be watching AEW when the devil appears, I don't be seeing Reed.
He don't be messaging. He don't be messaging in the chat no more. There.
Nah, true shit though. True shit. I think it's Jungle Boy. And if it's Jungle Boy, Tony Khan, you're cooked. You're cooked, my brother in Christ.
Shrimp skin.
My brother in Christ. You're gonna have to tell Shad, and Shad gonna have to step in, intervene. If it's Jungle Boy.
Since you said it, man. If it's Jungle Boy, simple as that, man. I'll take it from there because unfortunately, I don't see anybody it could possibly be besides Adam Cole, which is the best case scenario for me. But with him being injured and the word out is that he won't be back anytime soon, I don't see it being him. So that leaves only one person. And that's kind of Jungle Boy right now. Like maybe you have somebody else, but I don't see anybody else that is positioned to play that role. And yeah, like we said, man, I don't think that Jungle Boy is gonna be able to carry that role properly. I think it's gonna be a little bit of a letdown. And once again, I think it is gonna be. So yeah,
I could believe it would be Kyle O'Reilly. Like I can hold out hope, but I know I've seen some videos of him working back his ligaments and everything from his injuries, and I think it was something about him trying to be able to like walk properly again and shit. I don't know how true that is, but I've seen videos of him working on it. So I don't see it being Kyle O'Reilly, but that would really be a kind of a twist, especially for like the casual watcher who doesn't know who Kyle O'Reilly is. Shout out to the Undisputed Era. If you don't know who Kyle O'Reilly is, he's phenomenal. But no AJ Styles, but phenomenal. So
Agree.
at that point, we just gotta understand that if it's not Adam Cole, it's probably a bust. Unless it's something out of left field that nobody. If it's fucking Ric Flair, bro, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed. Boy, Ric Flair. If it's fucking one of the Young Bucks, bro,
Now,
I'm gonna be pissed.
let me ask y'all this right quick though, because do you think that when this initially started, I think the obvious person that it should have been was Adam Cole.
Yeah.
By
Then we
far.
find out Adam Cole injured, you know what I'm saying? So do we think that Tony Khan is the ultimate booker? He's the guy that gets the final say, so he comes up with the storylines and everything like that. Wrestlers may pitch things,
Unfortunately.
but he's the guy that says exactly what is gonna happen. So my big question is, do we think that Tony Khan came in with the plan for it being Adam Cole, which would have been predictable, but the story would have made sense and it would have been probably the most dynamic story to tell, rather
Well,
than was he shooting in the dark? Was he possibly hoping that CM Punk was gonna come back and play this
That,
role? Was
that,
Jungle Boy always the plan, and did he really think that was a good idea? What y'all think? How y'all what y'all,
think-
do y'all
well,
think that, what y'all think?
all I want to say is,
yeah.
like I just said before, if it's Jungle Boy, Tony Khan is cold. Why the fuck?
Think-
Who the fuck?
Think about this. Think about this, bro. Think about this. I'm gonna write it down. Punk. I want to say JB, Jungle Boy. All out, right? All out, right? All right. What's next? What happens next? Punk gets what?
He said, "Don't use real glass."
Nah,
he tells.
we're gonna skip over that part. We already know why. Punk gets what? Fired? What? Not even what? 2 months ago? 2 months later, Jungle Boy gets suspended. What? How many months is it till Survivor Series from there?
That was in August, so let's just say 3 months.
Yeah.
Where's Punk go? Back home.
WWE.
Is what he says.
Oh.
So then you got to think, how does this all play out? Tony Khan's kind of left in the dark. He's kind of cooked as it is right now because Punk came back. Well,
Right.
if you add that into the factor that Jungle Boy is technically still suspended and his heel run wasn't really shit to begin with, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I could forget that one singular match is like a fucking domino effect to everything. So if you know what, I'm not going to point fingers, but Tony, if you think that the person who essentially got your biggest draw fired, put him into a bigger storyline with MJF and Adam Cole to be the devil after the shit he did, and he cost you out of like almost millions of dollars with CM Punk coming back. Because I remember when Collision first happened, Collision was watched. Like, I was watching Collision every Saturday. Like, that's before the Bryan Danielsons were back and the Andrades were still there and Miro. Like, you think about that, and you think about the shit Jungle Boy did. I mean, God forbid, I'm not trying to be mean towards any aspect. Like, if you're fearing for your life, I get it. Like, I know some people be clowning.
I don't.
Don't clown him. I ain't gonna clown him for that. I get it. I mean, I don't get it because somebody says they're gonna fear for my life. It's Dukes. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I'm gonna fight you. But you did all that to lose your millions of dollars on your biggest draw, for him to go to your to go to the op that you talk shit about all the time. Not to mention, you talk shit about Nick Khan not too long ago. We all know a video I'm talking about when he was interviewed by Tony Schiavone. And you put fucking Jungle Boy, if it's Jungle Boy, you put fucking Jungle Boy as the devil. You basically just set yourself up for yourself to lose your fucking WB deal, TNT and TBS. Basically cook everything that you have built for the past 5 years. And at the same time, your champion, who you booked to beat Jay White, Switchblade Jay White, massive star in Japan, on one leg, and you allowed MJF, and I love Max, he's one of my favorite wrestlers right now, to win against the Guns, essentially by himself, not really. He's with Samoa Joe, but beat them, and then Juice gets hurt. So you lose BCG already, which for people who don't know, it's Bullet Club Gold. I'm kind of rambling on, but get to the point. You did all that shit just for your big draw to go to the op, and you were like, you know what? I'm going to get back at him. Real glass. I'm going to call my boy Jungle Boy. We're going to figure this out. Cole's injured. I'm going to call my boy Jungle Boy. He can fix it. The fuck is he going to fix? Is he going to get his hair blow dried? What's he going to do?
So here's my main thing with it. I think everything that you said is facts, because it would seem then that and to me, Jungle Boy has improvements in be that type of a draw. He's not a Shawn Michaels.
He never will.
He's not a Bret Hart. He's not
never.
the type of guy that could get into or not even Bret Hart, because I don't think Bret Hart causes many problems, but Shawn Michaels caused a lot of problems in his heyday. Shawn Michaels caused a lot of problems in his heyday.
You think Vince McMahon was fan for his life?
No, not at all. Not at all. But Vince was off them roids, man, and he still worked out. So Vince was strong as hell. He wasn't after Bret Hart punched him. Oh yeah, he got his weight up. After Bret Hart blacked that eye, he got his weight up. No lie about it. But I don't think he feared for his life even in that moment. But the main thing is that you obviously have to punish Jungle Boy, so you suspended him indefinitely. No way you suspended him indefinitely to bring him back for this storyline, which essentially be a reward for, again, in essence, helping getting CM Punk fired, because CM Punk never gets in that brawl if you don't go out there and call him out.
That's smart.
On the biggest stage. Like where the importance should have been put on AEW selling out Wembley, essentially. Not completely. Not whatever number they saying. I don't know how many people was there. But I know it was a huge amount of people there. It was their biggest show. It was their biggest show ever. Probably the biggest show. They may top it next year, but that'll be like the biggest show that they could get every year. They're not gonna have 70,000 people in an arena in America, not for a while, I don't think. But I do not see how you bring Jungle Boy back and essentially award him with a world title storyline when he's already had a world title storyline. Which is why I'm like, who do we bring into this situation who hasn't had that opportunity? Jungle Boy already was a part of the Four Pillars storyline, so he's already kind of had his shot at Max for now. Why double back to him? And that Four Pillars was not even a year ago, I don't think yet. So why double back to him and reward him for ultimately putting you guys in a effed up situation? So I don't. It just doesn't make sense.
Aside from
a point, Derek.
Aside from the shit that he has going on with Punk, I don't know if it's me personally, but I just don't believe Jungle Boy, Jack Perry. I don't believe
Jim Cornetting right now? Are you Jim Cornetting?
I don't give a fuck who the fuck I'm.
Nah, because Jim Cornette said the same shit about Johnny Gargano, and I will never listen to that man ever again. He said,
but Johnny Gargano is different. Johnny Gargano would wrestle circles around fucking Jack Perry. Jack Perry wouldn't last a fucking second.
Damn near anyone. I'm saying.
Yeah, but you think I would watch Johnny Gargano wrestle a fucking broom because I know that's a 5-star match.
Yeah.
Jack Perry, he's gonna need Will Ospreay and Okada in the fucking broom.
Hey, shout out to Okada too.
Terrible.
Shout out Okada.
Shout out Okada.
Shout out
TNA.
Hey, bro, I'm super hyped. All right, back to
I'm excited, man. So, nah, bro, I'm done with my rant, bro. I'm gonna say some shit, bro. Tony Khan gonna cancel me, bro.
That loss is coming, buddy.
We can switch the vibes up then to more positive vibes, man. More positive vibes, because we said what we gotta say about the AEW Devil. Hopefully, very soon in the world's end. I think that's when we should find out who it is. But my boy Reed came up with this one. So I started off with my favorite wrestler in a movie or a TV show. And if you know me, you know I need a chick that's a boss Sasha Banks. I gotta go with Mercedes Renato, Mercedes Moné, the money maker, aka Sasha Banks, being a part of The Mandalorian, man. Cause one,
Yep.
I'm a big Star Wars fan besides wrestling. That's one of those things I grew up on, playing all the video games, going to see the movies in theaters, uh, watching the original trilogy, and of course now watching all of the TV shows. I even read the Star Wars books from what would have happened after episode 6 if Disney didn't buy it. Or if Disney bought it and fucking told the story right. But that's a whole nother can of worms. But my girl is a part of one of the biggest universes in, it's Star Wars, it's Star Trek, it's Marvel, like the Star Wars universe is like that. It has one of the biggest fandoms in the world. And for her to be a part of that, and she's also one of my favorite wrestlers of all time.
Yep.
Man, that's definitely my favorite. Just for those two significant reasons, that's my favorite one for sure. Shout out to the
Shout out
Mandalorian. Can't
Mercedes.
wait for the new season. Shout out to Mercedes. Can't wait for Mercedes to return. Whether it's
The
NJPW,
legit
whether it's
fucking
Stardom, it's
boss.
not gonna be AEW apparently,
It's the
or
Rumble.
whether it's WWE, or that's what
Royal
I'm hoping.
Rumble.
I'm hoping that honestly,
That wait. Speaking on Royal Rumble real quick. I really do hope that WWE and TNA has a working deal right now. I really hope
Yeah.
they do.
They're
Because
both
apparently because the Endeavor, right? With TNA Plus. So hey, because I know they had Mickey James there like last year, the year before, a couple years ago, remember?
Yeah, with the knockout.
But she had the knockout title, so man, if I see Naomi crazy. I'll pop heavy,
dope.
bro, because I don't know, bro.
That'd
Insane.
be dope.
Insane
That'd be
shit,
dope.
man.
Let me get your favorite wrestler in a movie or a TV show, Les.
Alright. I'm gonna have to go with ooh yeah, Boonsaw
Man,
I'm gonna have to go with the Macho Man Randy Savage as Bonesaw in Spider-Man 1.
mine, bro.
Huh?
You took mine. That was mine.
Okay, but here's why, bro. Because I never liked any type of superheroes, bro. I was telling Reed this like
You're from
yesterday,
New York.
the
You
day
gotta
before.
like Spider-Man.
I fucking love Spider-Man. Grew up watching the Sam Raimi films, bro. And I think the first time that I had watched it, and I'm watching, it's in a wrestling ring, and I was already watching wrestling because my pops. So when I saw Macho Man, I didn't know who the fuck he was, but his character was just cool as fuck, and he was in a wrestling ring, wrestling the human spider, bro. It was the craziest shit. And he said, it's playtime. So it was the coolest shit ever as a kid, bro. And every time I watch back now, I'm like, damn, that's fucking Macho Man wrestling with fucking Tobey Maguire.
A straight wrestling legend out there.
Crazy. That wrestling lore is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
But let's hear it, Reed.
I have to make a new one, bro.
Nah, bro. I want to hear why you chose that.
Because Macho Man, I knew who it was. And I would hear so much about, like, one of the reasons why I started really watching wrestling, because when my grandpa and, like, my dad, when I watched the same Raimi films, pull it out, be like, oh, that's Macho Man. I was like, Macho Man, who's that? And this was around the time where I was, like, peeping it, but not really. They're like, that's Randy Savage. You'll get to know about him a little bit down the line. When he was still alive. He was in TNA, I think, for that little stint for a little bit.
Yeah.
But that would be my main one. But I also feel like a sleeper one, and I love this movie just because, like, I grew up on this movie, is The Longest Yard with Goldberg. I would have to say that one kind of threw me through a loop. You can say Stone
Kevin
Cold, but
Nash
he was
too.
racist as fuck.
Kevin Nash.
Nash too. Stone Cold was a little racist in that, so I couldn't say him. But I feel like the Great Khali too. The Great Khali's in it
The
too.
Great Khali was in it too.
there,
Yeah.
yeah.
Shout out Great Khali.
Hey, yes, sir.
Shout out Great Khali.
Yeah, so I would say probably Goldberg. I mean, yeah, that movie's just iconic to me. But those would be probably I would put 1A and 1B, just because you know what I mean.
I like that. I like that. I like that. Now we can get to something. One of the more interesting things that we're gonna do, and
You've been waiting.
He's shaking his head.
we are gonna get to some hot takes. Now, every week we're gonna try to, whether we hit up the homies, whether we have y'all drop comments, please drop comments for these. I'm gonna tell y'all
Let's
again
drop
at
some
the end of the
comments.
video.
It could be
We gonna get some hot takes from you guys, the fans, the supporters, the viewers. Drop your wrestling hot takes in the comments. Drop them on our
Please do.
weekly posts on Instagram, Twitter, whatever, TikTok. We're going to be getting them from y'all every week and just seeing what y'all got and thinking about how we want to rate them. So, I'm going to go with this one to start off because I think this is a very interesting one, especially considering what we all grew up on.
I know what he's about to say.
No, I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you know this one, gang. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't think you know this one. So, my homie, shout out my boy 96 Chris. He said, hot take, the ruthless aggression era is better than the attitude era.
That's a hot take.
You don't think it's
So-
hot?
That's a hot take.
It's a lukewarm take to me.
Is
I
that a
think
hot
it's
take?
lukewarm. I don't think it's scorching hot. But I think to some people, it is scorching hot. Because to some people, people that really lived it fully, I don't think anything can touch the attitude era for them, right?
Yeah.
But for
Okay,
me
well-
personally, I think the attitude era, despite the ruthless aggression era having amazing stories and things like that, the attitude era, entertainment wise, notches them by just a little bit because there's a little more raunchy.
Yeah.
The ruthless aggression era, which you can take that damn cap off because I don't consider that John Cena part of the ruthless aggression era for real. But
It's not, but I'm gonna keep it on.
Before we got to the PG era, man, the ruthless aggression era was very, very entertaining. But I think attitude era edges it a little bit. But I think in ring, the ruthless aggression era
Yup.
is a lot better than the attitude era. Now, the attitude era had the stories, and they told the stories through the matches. The attitude era had some of the most iconic moments, from Mankind winning the freaking WWE
The
championship
WWF champion.
to the beer baths, to people getting thrown over bridges and stuff like that, like
Yeah.
Stone Cold getting ran over. Like, there's so many infamous moments
No,
in
I
the
did it for
attitude
the
era.
Rock.
But
I did it for the Rock.
so I think it's apples and oranges for me personally. That's why I'm like, not really hot, more of a lukewarm take, but something that I think definitely people would. It's a lot of people that's gonna be on both sides of the fence, but I can see why, because that's why I say to me it's apples and oranges. I think the ruthless aggression era much better wrestling wise, but at the same time, the ruthless aggression era slightly less entertaining, which is why I'd probably give the ruthless aggression era a little edge over it for me personally. But also know I didn't fully live the attitude era. I lived the tail end of the attitude era, the very tail end. I lived that, but I also, being kind of growing up with my uncle like brothers, I've pretty much seen every significant moment of the attitude era, so I kind of know why it's fucking neck and neck, man. It's neck and neck. They had to compete with WCW. Like, they were going so hard for the entertainment aspect, and it was hitting on all cylinders. And the ruthless aggression era did as well, but it's a toss up. I say for me.
So I'm gonna speak on it too. I'm gonna say,
I got something for your ass.
I'm gonna say, for me personally, I think the ruthless aggression, I think it just slightly edges the Attitude Era just because of nostalgia. Um, I grew up. I was like Derek and like Reed. I was a ruthless aggression baby. So I grew up watching Eddie Guerrero. Grew up watching Rey Mysterio. Like I'm talking like young Rey Mysterio, John Cena, Randy Orton coming up. Um, even people like Benoit. I don't know if I said. Did I say Eddie Guerrero?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, JBO. Like I'm talking diabolical JBO. Like I think everybody in the fucking world hated JBO.
I did. Yeah, bro, he was a bitch.
I hated the fuck out of JBO. I think nostalgia purposes, I'm gonna have to say that ruthless aggression edges it, but I could understand why people say Attitude Era, especially if you grew up in that time. Like Derek said, it was raunchy as fuck, and I think that kind of fit the '90s, like that little grunge era of the '90s. But the ruthless aggression was kind of that blend between what the product would be today, and also that Attitude Era, because it was like Derek said, the tail end. So
yeah,
bro. Fuck yeah.
I would say like I grew up a ruthless aggression era, baby. So it's definitely there for me. I would say the one thing with the Attitude Era is like they made two iconic like stars, like two iconic ones, to where the ruthless aggression era doesn't really have anybody super iconic besides like ones who were already made outside of WWE. I'm saying like from WWE, like they became stars
Like homegrown.
like homegrown. Like Steve Austin was
Orton.
homegrown technically.
I wouldn't say Steve Austin.
He was Stone Cold.
Steve Austin was in WCW.
Yeah, but Rock. What about Rock?
Okay, Rock is homegrown. That's different.
Steve Austin was too, because Stone Cold. Stone Cold was not a thing until.
But Stone Cold, I understand that, but Stone Cold did come from WCW. He was ringmaster.
I'm not getting past this grid wall.
No,
but
so look, but look at somebody like Randy Orton, somebody like Brock Lesnar, even like Shelton, Cena.
I'm not saying they're not iconic. I'm just saying, like, when you think anybody who's casual, who never watched wrestling, the first two names you think of is always, or three names is probably Hulk Hogan, because fuck Hulk Hogan,
fuck Hulk Hogan,
and The Rock. Those are like the three that people. You can say John Cena now.
I think Cena too.
I will say I have it. I don't like to rank things because it's like in basketball with me, and this is just for another topic. Like, I don't think there's a GOAT. I think it goes by eras. But like wrestling, it's a little different because you can kind of put wrestlers in different eras, and it would still kind of be cool.
Especially if their careers has spanned like so long.
Yeah. You can put John Cena and put him in the Attitude Era, and I believe he would do just fine.
I believe so too.
That's like anybody from the Ruthless Aggression Era, they'd be in the Attitude Era, they'd be fine. Like anybody in the Attitude Era would definitely be fine in the Ruthless Aggression Era. They kind of go hand in hand. They're just a product of one another. Mm-hmm. So I would say Ruthless Aggression Era just because I also think the Ruthless Aggression Era had the cleaner stories, like the payoffs. And I wouldn't say payoffs. I would say like the writing. It felt like the writing with Paul Heyman on SmackDown. Like it felt like with the matches being crispy, like the SmackDown 6 matches and everything. With Paul Heyman taking over that, I feel like SmackDown was a reason why the Ruthless Aggression Era is what it is. Because it, like John Cena's from that SmackDown. Like we never got Doctor of Thugonomics without, like, truthfully, without Paul Heyman. So we're always gonna give flowers to Paul Heyman.
Wait, nah, I gotta give my flowers.
Okay.
To Stephanie McMahon.
Her too, yep.
Because if Stephanie McMahon did not hear John Cena rapping on that damn bus,
yeah,
I don't know where the fuck John Cena would have been.
He'd be bodybuilding, bro.
I
because
ain't gonna
I don't
lie.
even think.
I took that a whole different way for a minute, G.
Are you talking about?
Whoa,
He's
whoa,
talking
whoa, whoa.
about
Cause
general
on
manager Stephanie.
SmackDown, ruthless aggression,
He's talking about
Stephanie
general
was a
manager
baddie.
Stephanie.
General manager
We're not
Stephanie
gonna
was a baddie. We ain't
we're not
even gonna lie to you, bro.
we're not
You're
even
fucking
for
wild.
an episode of Derek not talking about anybody
That
who's bad.
she was a baddie back then, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. That version of Stephanie was the. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Wait.
Them things was banging.
Them things was, bro. They was. Them things was
Wait.
thangin', G. She didn't even
And I
have to
gotta
try to
say
show the
something.
cleavage. She didn't even have to show no cleavage. Like she'll have it covered, and them things will still be thangin'. You know what I'm
No.
saying? Like, come on now.
I gotta say something though.
All right. Please.
Shout out to the ruthless aggression now.
The only thing I cannot forgive the ruthless aggression era for. I mean, I guess you could kind of consider it ruthless aggression because when was Get the F Out? 2000, late 2001, early 2002.
Around that time.
I'm gonna just say this once. I'll probably never bring this up on this podcast. Katie Vick.
Oh yeah.
Oh my lord. I think
That's
that's
just-
attitude era for me though. To me,
I
that's
don't think
attitude
so
era.
because that was 2002 type shit. Like
yeah.
I feel like ruthless aggression really hit it. Not even when John Cena said ruthless aggression. I feel like it was when they started promoting Get the F Out. That's when I was like,
Okay.
all right, this is ruthless aggression.
Yeah,
So
I give you
Katie
that. I
Vick.
give you that.
Katie Vick.
So yeah, that's definitely like a.
Yo, what was they? Yo, they was not cooking, bro.
Okay, what day was the Katie Vick? Let's see. What day was the Katie
That was
Vick?
like May 2002, I think.
Okay, so we can say we could give it to you. We could give it to you if you wanted to do that. If we going with May, I'm trying to find the exact date
I
because
know it was.
Vince McMahon coined the term in June of 2002. So it's like, that's like it's like a mixture of ruthless aggression and attitude era. That's why I'm like,
Yo,
I feel like that was like in
bro's
the
G
attitude
checking me,
era.
bro.
So
Yo, bro's G checking.
we could pass it. We could pass it for sure. We could pass it for
Yo,
sure.
oh. It says in the fall of 2002,
Okay, bet.
then Intercontinental
So like, I
Champion
couldn't
Kane was
find the exact
engaged.
date.
In a few.
Okay, October 2022, October 21st. So yeah, that is the beginning.
Yeah,
That is the
buddy.
beginning. On me.
Better
That's the very beginning. Very beginning of the. I'm sure like I can't find the exact date. So if you going with May, then it's afterwards. But 'cause I found the exact date of the ruthless
No.
aggression era starting. So yeah, that would be the beginning of the ruthless aggression era. But yeah, that's definitely one of the more egregious things. The ruthless aggression era was very raunchy too, man. We was getting bra and panties matches and stuff like that. So the entertainment value was extremely high. The wrestling value was extremely high. The PG, we kind of lost a little bit of both of those. But now we at a very interesting point in wrestling, which is a perfect segue to one of the next hot takes. Who I think for some people, again, this is a hot take. For other people, this is not a hot take. But we got It's Eric Boss on Instagram who says
My
NXT
dog.
is better than the main roster.
Better wrestling? Yes. Better like storylines? No. Besides Trick and Mello.
I'm gonna have to agree too.
Yeah, that's
There's so many talented people on NXT roster. I mean, same thing on main roster, but those people are special.
well, now thinking about it.
With the exception of like Von Wagner and
Well, I would say the main roster has gotten a lot better.
they really have.
Ring wise, I think.
But I think it's not that it just got better out of nowhere. I feel like these wrestlers now finally have the opportunity to do so. Like they have that light shine on them.
I feel like
we literally
Here's
had a
another good
match with
point. Here's
R-Truth
another good point. Here's another good point. A
and
lot of
JD.
these wrestlers that are shining right now, a year ago, even 2 years ago, earlier this year, for some of them, were a part of NXT. So a
Mm-hmm.
lot of that influx talent is coming in and making, and of course, guys on the main roster are wanting to put on great matches, no doubt about it. And they've been doing a much better job at that since Triple H has taken over. You've
Big
kind of
time.
seen the leash be took off of a lot of wrestlers like Chad Gable, for instance. But so I think that the main roster is getting more and more consistent, but I do think that NXT just has something about their weekly product that, of course, they don't have as much time to develop storylines, yet they still keep storylines going. But like they just continuously have been entertaining week after week after week. They put on banger after banger after banger on their main card. Where I feel like Raw right now is getting to that point. SmackDown, has its off weeks, but I feel like NXT has been more consistent.
Yeah,
Maybe not better, maybe
because
not better completely. That
you
that is
know,
hot take. That's a hot take
yeah,
right now, at least. But
there's a
NXT has been more consistent and at
yeah.
times more entertaining than the main roster product, in my opinion, at least.
It's
Yeah,
true.
I couldn't tell you the times I'd watch Monday Night Raw for 30 weeks straight, damn near, where it was a Judgment Day 6-man tag. I was
Oh my
so
god.
over that, bro. It probably wasn't even,
Yo,
but it felt like a year-long feud just with
It was about
anybody.
3 months
bro,
of
it
that
was
shit.
like all of 20. Bro, maybe after WrestleMania 39, bro, it was just nothing but Judgment Day, fucking Cody Rhodes, and then coming back to Jey Uso and this and Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, bro.
Yeah,
Bro, that was tumultuous as fuck.
I
But
mean, it made for good TV, but
hey, all this filler, bro. I'm sorry to say, bro, it's filler for WrestleMania 40. It better happen. Cody better do it. But that's a topic for another
yeah,
day.
that's we can say that for the next episode because I got I got some shit, bro. What's the next one, Derek?
Hell no.
All right, man. So another one that we got is gonna be a shout out to G on Instagram as the.donnie.g_373.
373.
He said, and this is gonna be
373.
a throwback to something from a couple years ago that I think also this storyline is big because I'm gonna include it. I'm gonna include something in it myself. He said that Otis and Mandy Rose was a funny storyline. I know some people didn't like that storyline, and thought it was
Because
kind of cheesy.
they were scared.
But I think it was a pretty funny storyline. I think it was dope to get Dolph Ziggler involved. The only
Yeah.
place I see where it went wrong at was giving Otis the Money in the Bank briefcase. He shouldn't have won that match.
A lot of people say that.
He shouldn't have won that match. I love what the idea was, but for him to win that match and then lose the briefcase, granted, he lost it to my boy The Miz, Mike The Miz Mazan. But it was a waste of him winning it, if we're being honest. And then he got demoted down the card. Luckily, Alpha Academy has allowed him to revitalize his career and show his entertainment aspect. Because Otis is hilarious in my opinion. I think it allowed Mandy to develop her character a little bit before she went and developed her character even more in NXT. Shout out to Toxic Attraction, man. But
Love Toxic Fashion too,
I
bro.
think I think it's kind of underrated storyline in recent history because I was very entertained by it and interested in it during that time. That's pandemic
That's
era.
when
That's pandemic era, really. So yeah,
that's
I was
when
interested.
Otis fell in love with Mandy.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mm,
End of the
okay.
era right before the pandemic era, beginning of pandemic era, because I'm stretching it to the Money in the Bank briefcase, because
Yeah.
all of that catapulted him, him breaking up with bro from Heavy Machinery, and yeah, boom, they come with this now. So yeah. Now,
You had to call him bro from Heavy Machinery. You couldn't just say Tucker. Like, bro.
I was
You know
blanking
what's
on his name, and I was trying to be quick.
what's also crazy too that kind of like coincides with that storyline? Y'all remember Dana Brooke and Reggie?
Yeah.
You see scripts now in NXT, it's like a
Fucking
full
crazy.
Shout out to
Crazy.
Scripps, man. St. Louis legend. Shout out to that boy. Yeah. He a real gang member. Man.
Derek, I don't think you can say this. Is that the last one, Derek?
Let's see. Do we got time? All right, yeah, we can call it there with those three, man. We can call it there with those three.
What's that one of your boys said?
Oh yeah, okay. Well, I guess we're gonna make this the grand finale one, man. We're gonna make this the grand finale one, man.
Let's hit.
So, another one for my boy 96 Chris, and he already has supplied us with plenty of them. I ain't gonna lie, he sent a couple more. That's why I was like,
Franklin Saint.
but I think we wanted to hear. I think this is the one you wanted to hear. He said, John Morrison is the greatest wrestler of all time. I think that is the hottest take that we had today. So we saved it for last.
Okay. All right.
The magma take. What the fuck?
Hear me out.
No.
I'm not gonna hold you.
No. I don't want you to hold me.
For some time, bro, John Morrison was actually like one of my favorite wrestlers, bro. Because he was doing them parkour ass moves. But I don't know, something about John Morrison, bro. He was never like world championship material in WWE. He has a lot of crazy moves in his arsenal, but none of them look like they could really win a real fucking fight. I know he had a boxing match that he won.
He was awful. It was awful.
He was absolutely fucking garbage. And he used to have those little promos doing the parkour backstage. That was pretty cool. In terms of the fucking greatest, yeah, I think he's the greatest. I also think Jungle Boy Jack Perry is the greatest wrestler of all time. So I understand that the kid's viewpoint.
Bro, I remember people say like whenever he started downgrading and like it was like when he was before Lucha Underground, whenever he was still going, people were like, he might as well work at McDonald's and call himself Johnny Riblet because this motherfucker sucks.
Yo, and then wait. Yo, what was his names? Johnny Nitro, John Morrison, Johnny Mundo.
Yeah.
Johnny Elite.
Impact.
Johnny Elite.
Johnny Impact. Johnny Impact. Johnny Luchadoro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, man? There's a lot of Johnnies. Johnny Nitro. Did y'all say Johnny Nitro already?
Yeah.
The only thing he can
Johnny don't call me Monday Night Nitro.
Shit. I grew up watching Eminem and Melina.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Shout out Joey.
Yeah.
Shit. Shout out Paul London and Brian Kendrick.
He can't take Johnny wrestling though. That's forever cemented with one.
Oh yeah. It's not even a question.
That's cemented. But I think John Morrison is extremely talented. I think he is one of the most underrated. I think that he's a guy that he came in at a time. Well, he came to prominence at a very unfortunate time, because it was definitely the John Cena era. And one thing that they lacked to do during that era, which inevitably gave John Cena more flack, was the lack of diversity in the title picture and allowing other people to touch that gold for a little bit. That's one of the things that made the Attitude Era so great, and the Ruthless Aggression Era too. The true Ruthless Aggression Era. The titles weren't just flip-flopping. Like the titles was kind of flip-flopping in the Attitude Era for a minute, but it rightfully so, because you had so many top-heavy guys. During that era of Cena, it was a lot of John Cena, not a lot of guys like John Morrison who probably could have become stars. Guys like Carlito should have been a world champion. Guys like Shelton Benjamin. And John Morrison, I think, is on that list of mid-carders. Bobby Lashley at that time. I think Morrison is on that list of mid-carders that should have won. I'm trying to figure out what this dude laughing at, man.
He said top heavy, pause. It caught me off guard, my bad. But everything he said was valid. Everything he said was valid.
Yes. I think Morrison is on that list of guys that could have been a main event star if given the opportunity. Unfortunately, if we being honest, his first time around, he got Marty Jannetty by a guy that he was much more talented than. if I'm being honest with you. And I'm a Miz fan. But
Oh,
I'm a fan of
Yeah.
the Miz. I won't say I'm like a stan or anything like that because I feel
Are
like
you
I'm a fan of him though.
Are you
I'm
a
a,
fan
I'm a
of
Yes.
big fan of him.
2012 Miz or Miz now?
Both, man. What you talking about, man? I've been rooting for the Miz since I've been rooting for him. You know what I'm saying? Since he got on
check.
Tough Enough, I was like, hey, let's do it
Oh,
for real world. He said he like Miz is like me or you making it, like just being 100. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody grew up on wrestling and then
nah,
was like, fuck,
nah.
man,
'Cause
I really want to do this. Like,
listen,
now we might go a different route. We might actually take the indies, you know what I'm saying? But like in that aspect of him being a guy who grew up watching this shit and wanted to do it, and he actually got to live to do it, and he actually became good at it. It was like, cool. And I think I liked the character more or less really back then. I wasn't tripping off his wrestling ability. I wasn't thinking, oh, he's one of the best in ring. I was never saying that shit, but I liked his character. He was entertaining to me.
yeah,
I never once was like, he's the best wrestler in the world. Hell no. Nah. But I like the character. So that was something that I always was able to accept with the Miz. So I'm a 2005 Miz fan. You feel me? Like straight up. But he got Marty Jannetty by the Miz. And I think that is
yeah.
when you think about it at that time, kind of a travesty. He shouldn't have got Marty Jannetty. The Miz shouldn't have either. Because I think they both had potential to be stars in their own right. You know what I'm saying? But I think also, if we being honest, really quick, Morrison got mistreated, I think, by management because of the whole Batista and Melina situation. And that's all I'm gonna say. We ain't got to dive into that situation. We can say that for another one. But I think him getting sunned in that situation to an extent had to do with some of his positioning on the card. Just being honest with you, way more politics back then than it is now.
Yeah.
I will say, if you're saying like me or you could be like Miz, I promise you, my dude, I'm putting cutters in the indies, bro. I'm doing the Canadian Destroyer. I'm doing it all. I'm not sitting there just doing skull crushing finale. Fuck no,
I'm doing a whole lot of flippy bullshit, bro.
But I was gonna end on at least this one. I think we should definitely end on this one because I thought of this in my head with Les wearing that big ass "You Can't See Me" hat. Your bill is all messed up too, by the way. And why is the sticker still on there?
Motherfucker. Bro, read this shit.
I can't read it.
This is how old.
What does it say? 15?
15
Yeah.
times.
You were like 5. But
I was like 5.
I think if you do John
Don't
Cena,
talk to your elders like that.
hey, stop.
What are you talking about?
If you think of if you think of John Cena's top 5 rivals, I think of Randy Orton,
Edge.
I'm gonna put Punk here.
Okay.
I have 2 off the wall, but they're not really off the wall. They're very valid, and I remember these from the Ruthless Aggression era. Umaga.
Now I would say, well, for me, Umaga, yeah.
Hold on, let me finish. And Carlito.
Yes. Yeah.
Those are just my preferences. I think the Carlito stabbing Cena in the nightclub was just enough.
It wasn't him. It was Jesus.
It don't matter. It's his man's. But
Carlito didn't do it, bro.
It's his man's. Do you think Carmelo didn't do it either?
Carmelo's innocent, bro. I don't know
Innocent
what you're
till proven guilty, man. He don't miss.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's about to be 99 for 100.
Man, R.I.P. Umaga, bro. I used to hate the shit out of him.
Greatest match I've ever seen is that Royal Rumble with him and John Cena.
Nah, not mine. Was I think it was a street fight. It was with Jeff Hardy and Umaga, and they were outside, and Jeff Hardy does a fucking swanton. They were wrestling in the fucking stairs, and Jeff Hardy did that little thing, bro. He was like he grinded down the fucking stairs and landed on.
Pause.
But why you gotta say it? Why you gotta think of that, bro? You know what
said
I mean?
grinding. You said grinding, bro.
Oh my god, bro. Bro never
He slid
skateboarded.
down the stairs, bro. He slid.
Okay,
he
he
slid down the railing. He
slid down.
down the railing. That's still
When
kind
you
of
want-
pause worthy. You feel me? That's crazy.
When you want to
G.
skateboard, you grind on a rail.
You do. You right.
So
You do.
yeah,
You do, but
okay. So
Alright.
he grinded down the rail and he fucking landed on Umaga like, bro. I was like, bro, this is fucking crazy, bro. But I fucking hated Umaga. Until I got older and I realized that motherfucker was crazy. Like,
he was
good.
cold. He was cold.
And
Shout out Solo
amazing
Sikoa.
wrestler,
Thanks.
man. Shout out
Shout out
Solo.
Zilla. Shout out Zilla. We need Zilla on this
Zilla,
fucking
Zilla,
podcast.
next
And
up.
I forgot
next
to mention
up
him
right
last time, but Zilla, bro, he's one of my favorite upcoming wrestlers, bro.
Jacob Fatu too.
Yes, sir.
The dog.
The next
Bro, I
generation,
forgot
they
to add
ready,
him, bro.
man. They ready. They don't stop.
They
I'm
ready.
telling you. They
No.
don't stop. They
Yo,
don't stop, man.
It's gonna keep coming, bro.
But at the same time, they don't stop. The Art of Squabble don't stop, man. This is just the beginning.
Sir.
Episode 2, man. Make sure you click one of these videos over here, man. It's gonna be episode 1. We're gonna have probably some playlists and stuff around here too. Drop a subscription to the channel, man. Comment below, man. Drop y'all hot takes in the comments because we will be going through them and picking some of them to highlight next week on the Art of Squabble podcast, man. Once again,
Wait,
it's your boy Lil Durk.
I'm Les.
I'm Reed.
Wait. No, wait. Give me
Nope.
a second.
Hold on. Oh,
Okay.
shit.
He got a grail.
Oh, snap.
Y'all hear it?
You
Y'all
play the
hear it?
music?
Y'all hear it?
Yeah.
Hey,
Alright.
that's
Oh, this
lit.
squabble.
Like you can tell
That's
he didn't play with
lit, man.
tough, bro.
The fuck you just
Hey,
say to
that's
me?
crazy.
You didn't play with
Bro, I was playing with action figures till like last year, bro.
No, I'm saying like that motherfucker would have been broke for me. I ain't even gonna lie. But you kept that in great condition. That's a collectible, bro. Hey, hands
Nah,
up.
this one's actually pretty new, bro.
Oh shit.
Y'all
for
got
real?
it. My shit, bro. I used to cut my figures hairs, bro, painted with permanent marker.
Bro, my
Then I had
niggas
to
got
go on
like
Google,
one
bro.
arm.
Yeah.
My niggas got one
I got
arm
like a
and one
Charlie
leg.
Haas, bro. I got a Charlie Haas, bro, with like green fucking permanent marker on his face. Shout out Charlie Haas, bro. Anyways,
World's greatest
Ross
tag
Squabble.
team, man.
Squabble,
World's
take us
greatest
out again.
tag team. World's
Take us
greatest
out
tag
again, my
team, and you
fault.
are listening to the world's greatest wrestling podcast, man. It's your boy Lil Durk. We got Les. We got Reed. Start a Squabble. We will see y'all soon. See you right on the wall.
Yes, sir.
Oh.